I'm Lori Brown, an associate professor at Western Michigan University, the College of Aviation, and I've been teaching there since 2001. And I started off in 2001 teaching advanced aircraft systems after I had come directly from the commercial airline industry. And one thing I noticed was the tools that we had in the classroom. At that time, it sounds kind of funny, but at that time we actually had transparencies, and of course we had PowerPoints and textbooks. So I began thinking, how can we take the student from that classroom environment, learning the theory, onto that application mode, whether it be in a simulator, which may be $1 or $2 million piece of equipment, or to an aircraft to actually apply that knowledge. So over the past 10 years, I've really been in search for something to bridge that gap. Then I started seeing a lot of the evolution of augmented reality in the medical community. And when people think of augmented reality, they very often think of virtual reality, picturing someone with a big closed headset on. But actually with augmented reality, it simply overlays digital content over our real world environment. So therefore, we can mix our digital interests and content in our real life content. So I started getting interested at that point and found some really good models from the medical community. One specifically was with the human body. So if you picture students in a medical environment, and perhaps they need to learn all the bones of the skeleton. So they're able to put on augmented reality glasses and see and actually interact with every bone. And that's really where I got my inspiration, because looking inside the components of a jet engine is very much like looking inside the human body. Well, my research area is really twofold. Here at Western Michigan University, we're here to teach, empower, engage our students, and prepare them for our future career. And in aviation, currently, we actually have a shortage of aviation professionals. So we're finding it harder to recruit, not only recruit, but retain and engage the next generation of aviation professionals. So in all aspects of aviation, we're really interested at looking at these tools. So one aspect is engaging the student, and that's something all of us are interested in, no matter what you teach. We want our students to be engaged, and the research actually shows that with virtual reality, augmented reality, or even serious games, that we're not only immersing the students and engaging them more, we have seen research results providing better retention, better performance, and increased situational awareness. So engaging the students is one part of the equation. The second aspect is being able to give the students impart knowledge at a higher level of learning. So in other words, if I'm just teaching straight from a PowerPoint or they have a paper textbook, there's only so far we can go on the Bloom's taxonomy scale. But however, if I can engage them in interactive augmented reality, now they have to actually apply that skill and apply that knowledge and use critical thinking and analysis. Well, in aviation, like many other professions, we've been teaching it the same way for decades. But the students and the technology have both changed. The modern learner now takes a little bit different approach to stay engaged and become immersed. So we can use these augmented reality tools not to change what we're doing, but to enhance what we're doing and to overlay some of these active immersions with either 3D models, videos, things of that nature to engage the student. So to give you an example, I can take a written exam, where very often we might see a multiple choice question with multiple choice answers. We can overlay augmented reality aircraft systems information and then ask the student to answer the question based on what they're seeing. And this type of method takes a much higher level of learning. It actually needs them to apply critical thinking and analysis. So that's one part. The other part and advantage is really engaging the student. We've got a next generation of learners here. We want them to be engaged. We want them to be immersed. And the research shows us that immersing students and having them see 3D models or videos or augmented reality has been proven to increase their performance, their situational awareness, and as equally important, their retention. So we can use augmented reality to help fill some gaps that we may have. And one typical gap would be the gap between the classroom environment, where we can teach students aircraft systems, the theory about the systems, before they go in the simulator, whether it be our simulator here at Western Michigan University or whether they go out into the real world. So providing an augmented reality or even a virtual reality realistic flight deck environment where they can actually apply some of those skills helps to fill that gap. Collaboration is a big part of creating rich, quality, augmented reality content. And I've found that with my aviation background, it does give me the subject matter knowledge, but it does not give me the technical knowledge to create the rich content that I'd like to have. So by collaborating with other colleges, such as the College of Engineering, and collaborating with other universities, and collaborating with graphic arts, and opportunities to use 3D scanners and have students build some of the 3D models, really helps us to provide quality content at a much faster scale. Additionally, the use of augmented reality in aviation is only just beginning. It's not new, but it's only just beginning. So if we can collaborate and share best practices, not only here at the university, but really throughout the globe, then we can move augmented reality into aviation and other industries along much faster and with better quality. Many industry partners are starting to use augmented reality. You may have seen some of the fabulous work that BMW has done, that Audi has done, Volkswagen has done. But I'm quite impressed in aviation to look at the work that Lockheed Martin has done, where they're really leading the way. They're using augmented reality smart glasses for their maintenance technicians who repair fighter jets for the military. So they simply put on the glasses, and the maintenance technicians are then able to actually see the part numbers, the aircraft manuals, and their maintenance plans, and that alleviates the need for using their hands to look at an aircraft manual or something like that. Another really interesting aspect here that we haven't really talked about is mixed reality, which is kind of a mix between the virtual and the augmented world that you actually interact with. And that would be dealing with holographic images. And there are new products out there, such as the Microsoft HoloLens, that offer great encouragement in this area. We've already started doing a development app with Western Michigan University Extended University programs, putting in the entire CRJ 200 flight deck in an engine. And with this, the student can actually reach out and interact with the holographic image. So we're really changing what the student sees and enriching their experience. And we're hoping that by offering these experiences here at Western Michigan University, that we might possibly change the way they're seeing the rest of the world by just transforming their digital content onto their real world knowledge. So one thing that we haven't talked about that I'm excited about in the future, so this is where can we go in the future, is haptic technology. And with haptic technology, the user can actually interact in the air with the augmented reality model or hologram, but they also then will have a sense of feel. So for example, if one of my students is in a holographic or a 3D flight deck, when they're going through the procedures and touching each of the buttons or the controls, they actually get the same feeling with it. And that's also been proven to aid in retention. So you might be thinking, where do I start? It sounds so intimidating when you first start. And I just want to encourage everyone to give it a try. Start small. Maybe start with some small element in your class.